One of the UK's most iconic seaside attractions, Blackpool Pleasure Beach has been thrilling families and visitors for over a century with its amusements and its rides. But behind all the fun and festivities, Blackpool Pleasure Beach has been single-handedly powering Blackpool's economy for the past century. The ongoing cost of living crisis has significantly reshaped how Britons approach their holidays. With many rising prices, many are opting for staycations and local day trips over expensive international travel. In fact, 50% of UK travellers have chosen or considered holidaying within the UK due to financial pressures. The shift is evident in the increased average spending on domestic summer holidays, which rose to approximately £1,011 in 2023, nearly double the previous year's figure. I spoke to PR executive Laura Cavanagh to see what the Pleasure Beach have been doing about these changes.
Yeah, I mean, consumer habits are always changing. It's always so much better for us when we've got weather like today. Theme parks are something people like to visit in good weather. So there's lots of factors that can affect people's decisions. But yeah, we're feeling good. The park's busy today, and we're really happy to see people through the doors.
But what do the people of Blackpool think about staycations, attractions like the Pleasure Beach and their affordability in the cost of living crisis?
Well, they bring people in, but I think they brought more people when they didn't charge to go in the Pleasure Beach.
Yeah, they're still fairly affordable. Especially if you book in advance, you can get them cheaper and stuff. So yeah, it's not bad.
Well, we tend to stay home during our holidays, but if we're going out and about somewhere, we tend to just go to a near city. This is a special occasion, really.
Yeah. I think the Pleasure Beach ruined it when you couldn't buy tickets and walk around for free.
And so, with budgets tight and people reminiscent of the past, this is what the Pleasure Beach has to say.
So we've restructured our ticket pricing structure this year, and we've introduced new tickets with that in mind, with a view to help families. We are aware of the pressures of the economy and the cost of living crisis, so we are trying our very best to make it as affordable for people as possible, whilst balancing, the increased running costs of somewhere like this. So this year we've introduced new Nickelodeon land tickets, so they're only £25 regardless of whether you're a junior or an adult, so that's our cheapest ticket, and that's aimed at families who can come and just ride on the smaller rides, because we are very aware that not everybody wants to come and ride the huge roller coasters, and that might be off-putting for them to have to pay for a full price ticket and not ride those bigger ticket rides. So we've introduced that, and we've also introduced made some changes to our pricing structure. So whereas typically, and this is kind of in line with the wider industry, typically if you visit on the day you pay a full price ticket, but we realise that with our location on the seafront, that sometimes that people might want to visit later in the day. They might be enjoying themselves on the prom and just walk past us, and that paying that full price on the day might not necessarily make sense for them.
And with their new ride, the Gyro Swing, set to open in 2026, MP for Blackpool South, Chris Webb, thanks the Pleasure Beach for their contribution to the local economy and tourism industry.
The Blackpool Pleasure Beach in my constituency was named the best seaside park at the UK Theme Park Awards. It's world-class attractions like the Pleasure Beach that bring the estimated 23 million people to Blackpool last year. Will the leader of the House join me in praising the Pleasure Beach and all attractions in Blackpool, and encourage everyone to have a staycation this year in the UK?
And so with summer just around the corner, I wonder how many people we'll see take the staycation option with the cost of living crisis still looming.
Tourism will always be important to Blackpool. Blackpool as a whole is a tourist town, and I think people, as I say, habits do change, but people always kind of want to come for that memorable day out, and they're always looking for that, to create those memories with their families or their friends, to have lots of fun. And I think places like this will always be somewhere that has, I guess, such a special place in people's hearts.
Charlotte Barber, MMU News.